Okay, what we're doing today is we're going to attempt to repair this oscillating fan. It's about, say, 7 years old. It's been working fine all the way up until just the other day. What happened the other day was it just quit oscillating. Kept blowing, the fan kept blowing, but the mechanism that makes it go back and forth and spin side to side, that seems to have broke. And what we found is this right here. That right there, that's supposed to connect to this right here. So it broke. You can see it's broke right there. So we're gonna attempt to repair it by removing the cover here and removing it from the swivel point, which is right here, and hopefully that'll give us access to be able to glue it with some really strong glue. So we're going to go ahead and take it apart now and see if what we do will take care of the problem. Once I get it apart, I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, we got the cover off. That's only one screw right up here. And then you just kind of jiggle it and wiggle it to get it over this here, because there's no way to unscrew that up there and take that off. So you just wiggle it and get it out of the way here. Here's our part that's broke right there, and it needs to connect to this right here. So let's see. We're going to go ahead and remove this from here. And possibly this bolt and this right here. So let me get a little further and I'll show you where I'm at. This right here is a 10mm socket. Okay, some parts just aren't worth putting back together. The part up here, see where this little triangle right here broke out? That's this piece right here. That's pretty much maybe not going to go back in. But this piece right here, which holds the screw to the swing arm, this one definitely has to go back in. So this part right here, the one, the little triangle I was telling you about, right there, I'm pretty sure the fan will work perfectly fine without it, so we're not going to put that in. There's probably going to be excess glue that won't make the sleeve fit back up in there properly, and I don't feel like doing all that. So we just have to make sure this piece here, which is this piece here, gets glued back on properly with a clamp, just to make sure it's in the right position. I wouldn't even be attempting this job if it wasn't for this epoxy glue right here. It's JB Weld. Fixes everything. It's some strong, strong glue. You've got to mix it 1-to-1, and I'll show you how it looks after it's mixed up. But this is the only reason that I'm attempting to repair this fan, because this glue right here is strong enough to do the job. That looks like 1-to-1 to me. Okay, we got her all stirred up. What I used to stir it up is the excess of a zip tie. That's the part left over after you fix whatever you're fixing with a zip tie. And that's what I used to stir it up with. To apply it, I'm probably going to use this little teeny weeny straw that goes at the end of a brake clean, or you know, those aerosol cans that have a little straw on the end, because I don't want to apply a whole bunch at one time. And this seems to be a tool that puts it on evenly and not a lot at a time. So this is what we're going to use to apply the JB Weld. Okay, this right here is where we're going to apply the JB Weld. You right here, all in here, and the piece on both sides that are supposed to contact each other need to have JB Weld on it. Doesn't look like we have to be too careful, because there's nothing in here that has anything to do with the swiveling parts or any other fitted stuff, so we can go ahead and put it on there generously, and we're going to go ahead and put a clamp on it after that. Okay, we have it attached. See the glue around it. We're going to go ahead and put a clamp on it now, just to make sure it sits in that exact position. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. Okay, we got her clamped in the right position. This is the piece right here. Everything seems to line up. The rib right there, the other side over there. What we usually do now is just go ahead and use the excess of the JB weld to go around the outside of the brake, which is right in here, right around there. Just go ahead and use the rest of the JB weld just to give it a stronger chance of holding on. Okay, we got her all clamped on and all glued up. So now what we've got to do is wait 24 hours before we put it back together, so to make sure it doesn't break. I'll probably do it less than 24 because I want to put it back together. Probably won't turn it on and make it oscillate until after 24, but I just want to make sure that it's in the correct position and it's cured before I start attempting to put the fan back in service. So that's where I'm at now. We got her glued, we got her clamped. We're going to go ahead and wait till tomorrow and see what happens. Okay, it's tomorrow. I'll go ahead and show it to you. It's right here. So we'll go ahead and remove the clamp and go ahead and start putting this back together. Okay, before you put this pivot bolt in, this big one here that holds this to the frame here, go ahead and remove the swing arm from up here and attach it to this right here first, because there's no access to get at that screw with the screwdriver. So we have to make sure that's on tight and snug before we put the thing back up like this and hook up the top one. It's oscillating now. We have success.